Okay, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a tool review on this Performax half-inch impact. This is an electric impact. Would be in the budget category. You can see this has a really nice, hard, heavy-duty case. It's actually a little surprising for the price point of this tool, which was $79. And this is an electric case. Really nice latches. You could drop this off, off the truck, off the workbench, and this case would really help the impact. And I don't think it would take quite a bit. Have to be in the cold to crack this case. But it's pretty straightforward. 25-foot cord is what you get on this tool. Now, again, this is an electric impact, and you get a 25-foot cord, which is really handy. They give you a nice strap to hold around it. There's a couple of features that you got to think that if they went above and beyond what some of the more expensive tools are, the case, the cord, the strap for the cord. Now, the cord could be a little thicker. This isn't as heavy a gauge wire as I'd like to see for the cord, but the cord does have some nice flexibility. I don't see it getting real rigid in the cold. I've had this tool for several months. Now, we'll get the cord out of the way. The tool fits in here really nice. They even put a protection on the end where the socket goes. And it's a very basic tool. It's pretty much on and off. It's forward. You got the switch is all built in here, so it's all handy. Forward is it's a roller switch, rocker switch. And one way is reverse and one way is forward. And you can't adjust the impact, speed or strength. It's just it's all in or it's all off. And I've been very impressed at a $79 price point. In my eyes, the projects I've already used it for, it's already paid for itself. I don't have to go borrow one. And for me to justify paying $400, $500 for a cordless battery-powered one from Milwaukee, yeah, that we'd all love to have. There's a lot of other places I can put, we can all put our money. So this so far has really proven to be very handy. It's one of those tools, once you have it, you're going to wonder what you were doing without it. And I figure if it only lasts a couple of years for the price point, fine. But be very careful with any electric tool, especially the more budget-friendly ones, which this is. Do not overheat them. An electric impact should never be consecutively used for minutes upon minutes. You need to let the tool cool down, especially, again, the more budget-friendly. But that's even recommended in a lot of the electric power tools, to not overheat them, especially with impacts. And maybe not so much the other type of power tools, but very impressed. The highest item I removed, the torque ratio on that, or recommended torque specs, was for my truck, and they have, the lug nuts are supposed to be torqued to 140 foot-pounds, which is kind of ridiculous. And I usually go just a hair under that, but I tightened them up, it took it off, and it only took 2 quick hits to loosen it. And I've seen other more expensive tools struggle with 140 foot-pounds of torque. And so yes, are there faster tools out there, stronger tools? Absolutely. Are they going to cost you 4 times the price? Definitely. So very handy. I cut a couple of videos I'm going to tag up onto this video showing removing some bolts from an engine. One is the main bolt from the main crank bolt. It's zinged that off, no problem. Flex plate has, obviously some bolts on it, and it took those off, and it takes it off fast enough that you don't have to hold the engine. You don't have to put a stop block on it. You don't have to put the old screwdriver, jam the screwdriver in the teeth, and so it makes everything disassembling faster when you don't have to hold something in place, because it's moving it faster than it can move itself. So basic tool. Very handy, long cord, excellent case. The only drawback I would say is, I forget the technical term to the end here where the socket goes on, the anvil maybe they call that. This particular type, I think they call it a hog ring or something. They're known to be a little temperamental, but it does, you never have to worry about your socket coming off until the ring has worn, and sometimes you have to replace those. But this tool will not get used often enough. That ring on there won't be, this ring again helps hold the socket on. It's basically a friction fit, and that ring will not get worn for a long time to come, and you know, you have to worry about replacing that. But you do, until that gets worn in a little bit, lubricate this just a little bit, and you might, with some sockets, not all sockets, with some sockets, you might have to tap that on gently with a nylon hammer or a rubber mallet, but it'll slowly wear in, and it won't be a problem. But that's the only thing I've come up against with this particular tool. Again, this is the Performax half-inch electric impact, and I do believe it is sold under a couple other names by a couple other sources, but I haven't been able to confirm exactly, so I don't want to give you misinformation. But again, this is the Performax, and it's really great for the money, and I definitely recommend it. I would recommend it to a friend, and just thought I'd do a quick review on that. So that's today's information from Ultra Garage.